Well, very good, guys. Well, tonight I got to tell y'all, we have Will with Americo is going to light us up about some of the things that's going on with those guys, and we're fired up about it. Oh, she says she's trying. I don't know what that means. There is no try. There's only do. You know, come on, Yoda. We all know this. And oh, okay. Anyway, we got a chance to hang out with Will and in Florida a week ago, and got to hear a little more about what these guys are doing, and really excited about some of the things that they're bringing to the table. So, let me get Michelle on here because I hate to start without her. And but you know you know how it is. People out there running a business. I had a whole bunch of agents saying, "Hey, we got to run a business and all this stuff," and who knows. The real quick announcement before we get too much further: we had scheduled a boot camp, both virtual and physical, here in the office. It was scheduled for tomorrow, but we are postponing that. We just had a little bit of a low registration, and so not knowing I was going to be in a room by myself or anything like that, we're going to postpone it. Probably push out a couple weeks and get a little more time to promote it. We just didn't have enough time to do that. But we're definitely going to do that. And for those of y'all looking for some of the special trainings, I know we talked about doing some special calls and we're working on that. So we'll be caught up on that here shortly. Some people are getting in. I don't know why she's having a hard time. I'm gonna get in trouble. Told her others are on. It's okay. I've been married 32 years. I know when I push it too far because she'll tell me. Go ahead and do some pre-announcements because don't y'all forget, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, we got the sales call with the Fitz Group, Greater Nation, and that's happening tomorrow. Got a lot of good things. I heard that advanced training is going to have some excellent speakers. So we're looking forward to that. And yeah, okay, come on. And then, so we got looking forward to that. And then we got Dial Jam tomorrow afternoon. It's going to be in the same link right here. And we'll kind of go from there. Okay.
Hey, Mike, what's the split of your guys' business on your guys' team? Final expense to term, just out of curiosity.
We do everything. So we do final expense, we do term, we do IULs. We do all that. Okay. We are not particular.
Okay.
So looks like Michelle's on now. Is that right, John?
I'd say it's like 60-40 for me, 60% final expense, 40% term, but it can vary month to month too. So
gotcha.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that's had to do with the lead flow over the last, several months. We've just gotten more final expense than we've had mortgage or straight term. Okay. So we're definitely working on that. But all right, Michelle, you're on. Do you want to say a few things here? Looks like you got on. Oh, but you got the lid on the video. Lift it up.
Sorry, the lid is not on it. I'm sorry. Guessing my video is not going to work today.
Okay.
Anyway,
give us a talk.
Thank you, Will, for coming on. And team, we have one of the most exciting companies. I just want to introduce Will very quickly. Got to meet him last week in Florida for our national convention. You may have heard him speak if you listened to the convention, but I just want to give him a little bit more time. I know we had a lot of vendors there. We had a lot of stuff going on. And Will, you have some really exciting things, including bonus money, including non-tobacco rates. I'm not going to take all your thunder. I'm going to shut up now. But I really appreciate you coming on and just talk to us about just a few of the products. And I know you guys have some trainings that you're going to also get them hooked up into. So appreciate it.
Yeah, no, appreciate the time, guys. Really happy to be on. Like Michelle said, had the opportunity to meet a lot of you guys in Treasure Island with Andy in the national convention. So super fired up to be partnered with you guys. And the business is already flowing our way. So it's definitely going well so far. I just wanted to come on and to give you guys kind of an overview of a few of the products just to get you started. Michelle, do you have a problem with me sharing my screen? Mike, if I share my screen, is that okay? Just to cut as I walk through.
Absolutely. Let me make sure you can,
Okay.
because sometimes it's like that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, go ahead and see if you can. I'm not seeing a.
I think you have to make me the host for me to be able to share.
All right.
And it's not do or die. It's not the end of the world if I can't.
You're an official co-host now.
Oh
You can
boy.
rock.
All right. It's going to get crazy. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So the easiest way to break this down, guys, and hopefully you can still see my screen now, is to write down this website. So AgentCafecom is going to be your best friend as it relates to growing your business with Americo. All of the links that you need to quote business, write business, test drive our e-application, or learn about the products can all be found on this website. At the very, very bottom, you're going to have all of the contact information that you might need. The most important probably being agent services. That's a wonderful, very talented group of people over at Americo that can help you with anything you need as it relates to products, as it relates to process, when you can't get a hold of me, that is. So you got contact information, links to write business, quote business, and all the links to the microsites where you can learn about the product. So truly, if you've got any questions whatsoever, this is the place to start. So I really push this website really, really hard. Michelle wanted me to cover a couple of the products, which I will. Absolutely. Before I do that though, she mentioned the bonus, and I would be remiss if I didn't kick things off with the bonus. So to show you the bonus, I'm going to go ahead and click on this microsite for final expense. Okay. So you don't have to remember AmericoEaglePremierSeries.com, like the world's longest domain name. You can just remember Agent Cafe so that you can get to websites like this easily. So I'm going to click on this microsite. It's going to bring up a website that looks just like this. And by the way, well, I'll get to that in a second, but anyway, the You First bonus, let's talk that real quick. Time is of the essence. It's not an 18-month, carrier bonus window. It's a 6-month bonus window. So from now until the end of May, you have, whatever that time is, I think it's about 14, 15 weeks to send Americo $45,000 in issue paid business. When you do that, and Michelle talked you guys up, so I believe that you guys absolutely can. I think I did some math on an earlier call today. It's about $3,200 a week in AP, in issue paid business between now and the end of May. If you do that, you're looking at an 8% cash bonus. So just to make the numbers simple, if you send us 50 grand, it's a $4,000 bonus. That's what Andy was saying in Treasure Island. If you just hit 45, I'll do some more quick math for you. That's a minimum bonus of $3,600. So for any big time producers that are going to kick butt between now and the end of May, it's an unlimited bonus. If you send us $100,000 in business, you're looking at an $8,000 bonus check. So lead with Americo, so that you can put yourself in the best possible chance to hit that cash bonus. That bonus is paid directly to you, and it's every 6 months. So for whatever reason you don't hit it by the end of May, it starts right back over. And from June 1st to the end of November, you've got another 6 months to do the exact same thing. Okay, so we cut bonus checks right before summer vacations, and then again right before Christmas. And trust and believe, getting that check right before Christmas is a whole lot of fun. And it's you can do whatever you want with that money. Obviously, carrier trips are fantastic, but being able to take cash and reinvest in your business, buy more leads, pay down debt, go on your own trip. The flexibility is there with the You First bonus. So definitely keep that in mind. Those 3 bullet points down there at the bottom, those are products that when you write those specific products, you actually get a 25% boost towards your credit. So if I talk to you about the CBO product and tomorrow you go write, Jonathan, if you go write $100,000 in AP tomorrow with the CBO 50, you're actually going to get $1,250 towards that $45,000. So if you only wrote those 3 products, just to put it into perspective, you'd only have to write I think $3,700 or $37,000, but you're getting bonused off of 45. So you can really shorten the runway there to hit that 45K by focusing on those products, which I'll get to in just a second. So that's the bonus. Now, I told you to lead with Americo. The reason I don't feel guilty telling every single person on this call to lead with Americo is because of that instant decision. You guys have probably heard about Americo and the instant decision. It is a true instant underwriting decision, whether you're writing final expense or term, it does not matter. It's all run through the exact same e-application. We are going to let you know whether your client is approved or declined within the first 2 to 3 minutes. You put your writing number in, you put your client's contact information into the e-application and select the product. And the next screen is the initiate underwriting screen. So you're running prescription check and MIB, sign that authorization form, hit initiate underwriting, and we're giving you a thumbs up or thumbs down. Jonathan can speak to that. He's already done it. So that's why I don't feel guilty though asking you guys to lead with Americo, is because if it is a decline, you can pivot quickly. I'm not asking you to fill out a whole entire application. I'm saying lead with Americo, use language like, I just got partnered with this amazing company, Americo. I want to see if you get see if you qualify for the coverage that we've been talking about. I'd love you to put you with them. Go ahead and sign this authorization form and let's see if we can get you with Americo. That's the kind of language that you need to be using when you're talking final expense or term, because it's an instant decision for both product lines. Okay. Now the final expense product, again, just to recap, I went to AgentCafecom, clicked on the final expense microsite, and now I'm here. I'm going to go up to the training materials tab, and this is going to be everything that you need from a final expense perspective. I feel a sneeze coming on. I swear it's going to come, and I'm not going to be able to hit that mute button. It's going to be really, really loud. So bear with me. Anyway, training materials tab, this bottom left-hand corner, I'm going to click on this quick reference guide. Okay. This is everything you need to know about our final expense product. You got the issue ages 50 to 85, up to 80 for smokers. Obviously the instant decision, it's from a $5,000 to $30,000 in coverage. It is full death benefit day one. You've got 2 riders that are included in this product. So the accidental and the accelerated. So a terminal accelerated rider are both included in the Eagle Premier Series. So when you're comparing prices, remember that there are 2 riders included in this product, okay? And then as Michelle mentioned earlier, the quit smoking advantage, very, very simple. When you write your smoking client with Americo, they're going to get non-smoker rates for 3 years, okay? Which is a financial incentive for them to quit smoking. All right. And it's by default. You can't not do that. There's your double negative for the day. You can't not put them as a non-smoker. If they're a smoker, they're going to get non-smoker ratings no matter what. Okay. So they're going to get non-smoker rates for 3 years. On average, that adds up to about $1,800 in savings over the course of 3 years, which is an incentive to try and get them to quit smoking. If they don't quit smoking, oh, by the way, let me back up. It's a mouth swab after 12 months from when the policy is written. It's a mouth swab that you order through agent services to prove that they have no nicotine in their system, and everything stays the same and nothing changes at the end of those 3 years. If they don't quit smoking, by default, we reduce the face amount to a smoker rating at the time the policy was taken out. So if you write a 65-year-old, now they're 68, about to be 69, they have not quit smoking. And let's say you wrote them for $15,000. We're going to reduce that down to somewhere in the neighborhood of $10,000, which is the smoker rated face amount of a 65-year-old. So we're going to throw them a bone even if they don't quit smoking. Now, if they want to keep the $15,000 in coverage, okay, all they have to do is call Americo, give us permission to increase the premiums, and now they keep that coverage. So that's the quit smoking advantage. Just know that if you're sitting with a smoker and they're a final expense client, you should be thinking Americo every single time because of that quit smoking advantage. That is the Eagle Premier Series. That is our final expense product. If you get declined, by the way, it's going to offer Eagle Guaranteed, which is a guaranteed issue graded product. And you can see the returns on that right down here. 5% on top of return of premium plus 5% year 1, 10% after year 2, 75% of the face after year 3, and over 4 years is 100% of the face. That's a guaranteed issue product. You're not going to hurt my feelings if you don't send us the guaranteed issue business. It pays low comp. It's pretty expensive, and you're probably better off with somebody like AIG anyway. But just know that is an option if you really need to put somebody very quickly with the guaranteed issue product. So that's what the e-application is automatically going to offer if your final expense client gets declined. Okay. So That's day one coverage with Eagle Premier, the guaranteed issue product. Oh, at the bottom of this reference sheet, okay, you've got this telesales number. If for whatever reason your Wi-Fi is not working, your iPad runs out of battery, you name it, and you need a backup, there's not a paper version of this app. You can call this number down here at the bottom and do a tele application 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. All right, and all we're doing is running that e-application for you at our headquarters, and we're using the client's voice as a signature. So there's no written signing. So it's a really kind of slick way to write business if you need a backup to the e-application.
Well, is that 9 to 5 Eastern Central Standard?
Central Standard. I apologize. Yep, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, Central Standard Time. Good question. Good question.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that is the final expense product. Any quick questions before we move on to, I think there's a chat. Let me see. Yep. Okay. So someone asked, is there a med list? We actually don't even provide a prescription list because we lean so heavily on the instant decision. Let me back up to, the microsite. I'm going to click on client materials, and here's the best way to get up to speed with Americo's underwriting. See this health question down here? Health question worksheet. Inside of this, I know it says tele application, but don't worry about it. It's just a health worksheet if you wanted a printed version. But this has got all of our health questions, and so does the demo version of our e-application, by the way. But check this out. These health questions are the best way to get up to speed with Americo's instant decision. I'm sorry, Americo's underwriting process. Okay, if you know these health questions really well, you know how our underwriting works. What you can do, if I hit Control F and search for the word cancer, it will highlight. You can't really see it. It's really small. Usually it's in yellow, but it's in blue. You can look for health questions on your computer by hitting Control F and searching for health conditions. You can do the same thing on an iPhone too. If you go to this website, pull up this PDF on your iPhone, you can actually click in the URL address bar in your iPhone, delete it, type the word cancer, and don't hit enter. But in that menu, it'll say cancer appears 2 times in this document, and it will search the document, and it will do this kind of Control F, that find feature on your phone. So real quick and easy way to look up health conditions on this worksheet while you guys are getting up to speed with our underwriting guidelines. Okay. So great question. I think there was one other. Hold on. Can you do the by telephone and send them? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So Michelle asked, can you do the e-app by telephone and send them an email to sign? So yes, 100%. We have an email signature process for both final expense and term. Okay. So through all the products on the e-app, you do have an email signature. And what she's saying is, can I be on the phone with my client, filling out their information, and then hit a signature page? And instead of hitting tablet signature, you're going to hit email signature. Send your client an email with a link where they can sign the documents, and you can do this whole entire process remotely. So if you're licensed in other states, if they're 3 hours away, if they don't want you to come in because of COVID, you do have a remote signature process available for both product lines, the final expense and the term. Great question. Great question. All right, more about the term. Let's get into term. So I'm going to go back to AgentCafe.com. I'm going to click on the term microsite. It's going to take me here. And let's cover my favorite products. I'm going to click on training materials again. And this highlights flyer is going to show you all the products in our term portfolio. All right. And I'll just cover a couple of them and then turn it back over to Michelle. And if you want me to cover one more, that's fine. The term 125 and term 100, the 120, this is our standard level term product. Okay. Bread and butter, vanilla term product. The 125, the 25 in the 125 means that it comes with a 25% accidental death benefit included in that product. It also comes with living benefits, and so do all of the other products in this portfolio, except for the 2 decreasing term, which if it says payment protector, that's the decreasing term. So if you see payment protector, think decreasing term. It does not include living benefits. All the other products do. Okay. So anytime you're writing a normal term product, comes with living benefits. Yes, it's instant decision. The 125 comes with the 25% accidental. You can take that product all the way up to age 75. You can actually write a 15-year term at age 75. Keep in mind, that's going to be term underwriting. And the underwriting is the same on this whole entire portfolio, but you've got a lot of flexibility if you come across somebody who wants term and is healthy enough to qualify for that coverage. The 100 does not qualify, or I'm sorry, the 100 does not include the accidental death benefit. All right. All the terms, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Let's see. So that's standard term. Now, before I get to the return of premium product, I'm going to jump to continuation. And this is very important. I talked to Jonathan about this a lot. I would not ever sell a standard term product again if I was an agent, and I'll explain why. I'm going to bust out my trusty annotation tool here. And if you're looking at my screen, this is how continuation works. It's very, very simple. Continuation, I'm looking down here in the right-hand corner, by the way. Continuation works just like term, except at the end of the term, instead of just expiring and going away like every other term product, it decreases, the face amount decreases down to 10% of the original face and stays for life, stays at age 121. The premiums are level. So look on the left-hand side of my screen. Here's your term. It's level. At the end of the term, it's going to drop down to 10% of the original face and then continue on to age 121. If you can remember that little graph right there, you can remember how continuation works. And the living benefits are included in that term period from here to here. Okay, so consider this. I'm a 35-year-old male, 30-year term, $100,000 face. That product's going to cost $39 and some change. Continuation for the same person is going to be $42 and some change. So for $3 more every single month, at 65 years old, that 100 grand is going to convert down to $10,000 automatically. You don't have to do anything. There's no new underwriting. Now they're 65 years old. They've got a $10,000 policy. Looks and smells a lot like a final expense policy. And they're only paying $42. $42 for $10,000 in coverage. So hopefully you can see why I would never sell a level term product again if I've got continuation, because it's why would you? You know, everybody loves term because it's affordable. Everybody loves permanent protection because it's permanent, but it can be costly to a younger person. So that's why we created this product. It's what do they call it? It's permanent protection for the term market. So it covers all aspects of life through those working years, converts down to 10% at the end of the term in your later years of life, and you got a policy that really fits your life throughout your whole entire life. So it's really, really cool. What else am I missing about? Living benefits are included. So that's continuation. Oh, the payment protector continuation, exact same product, except it's decreasing term. So instead of decreasing down to 0, it's going to decrease down to 10% of the original face. So Jonathan writes me for $250,000. I'm 32. Now I'm 62. And I've got no new underwriting to qualify for. I've got a $25,000 policy, and I'm paying what I was paying for term at the age of 32 for that product. So really strong product, and I think you guys are going to sell the crap out of it. So that is, let's see, that is continuation. CBO, very, very straightforward. It's short for cashback option. Do not get confused with this universal life. The only reason it says UL is because we had to file it that way to get living benefits and the return of premium in one product. Okay, so just because I know it says UL, think of it as a term. It's a term product. The 100 returns 100% of the premium. The CBO 50 returns 50% of the premium. Living benefits included, and you've got the 25-year term. So you got 15, 20, 25, and 30-year term for both of those products, which is really, really cool. So that's the CBO. The CBO, I don't know if I said this. The CBO is short for cashback option. That's our language for return of premium. You guys probably are very familiar with the phrase return of premium. It's the exact same thing. That's the exact same thing. So my annotation didn't go away, but anyway, that's before I go into the payment protector, Michelle, I'll turn it back over to you. If you want me to cover one more product, I can. It's a decreasing term. I like it a lot. It works just like the lottery. and that it gives the beneficiary the option to do monthly payments or lump sum. But I'll turn it over to you, Michelle. What do you think?
Sure, go ahead and do it. I think you're on a roll.
Okay, cool. So payment protector, check this out. Check this out. Mike's fired up. So payment protector works like this. When I was learning about the Americo products, payment protector was actually my favorite product. And I'll tell you why. And people typically don't like decreasing term that much, but hear me out. First of all, it's really affordable. It's cheaper than level term because it is decreasing term. But the way you sell it is based on the payment. You're accomplishing every single thing that you would accomplish with a level term product, except you're not talking about the $250,000 mortgage payment. I'm sorry, the mortgage. You're talking about the $1,500 payment. Okay. So let's say Michelle writes me, I've got a $1,500 payment every single month. She plugs into the quoting tool, monthly income, $1,500, hits calculate, it spits out a premium for $1,500 a month. Remember, we're reverse engineering from the mortgage payment, not the mortgage amount, not the $250,000, but the $1,500. And let's say it's $60 for $1,500 a month. Now, let's say it's a 30-year term. Let's say I die in year 5. My wife, the beneficiary, would have the option of a decreasing term lump sum, which would not be a good idea, just like the lottery, right? When you win the lottery, you get the option of monthly income payments or a lump sum. And if you're younger than, let's say 60, those monthly income payments are going to add up to way more than that lump sum very, very quickly. So let's say I'm 30 for round numbers. I die at 35. There's 25 years left on that policy. My wife elects, because she's smart, she would elect to get the monthly income payments of the $1,500. And now every single month for the next 25 years, my wife is keeping the home because she's got $1,500 coming in from Americo every single month for the next 25 years. So are there circumstances where that math might not work out as well? Yes, of course. But the point is, you can accomplish the exact same thing with this decreasing term product than you can with the level term because of the way it's structured, because those monthly payments are an option to the beneficiary at the time of the death, right? And it's more affordable. That's the only difference. Instead of my wife getting a $250,000 lump sum check that she just pays off the mortgage, she's getting more affordable coverage. And instead of a big lump sum, she's electing to get those monthly payments every single month, which keeps the house in the family. And that by definition accomplishes the exact same thing that level term does. So I like it a lot. Again, payment protector continuation, it does the exact same thing. It's the same product, except instead of decreasing down to 0, it's decreasing down to 10% of whatever that original face was and staying for life. So you get the same bang for your buck. But if you think about it, I think you guys are familiar with this concept of selling a brand new, a couple that just purchased a home, 30-year mortgage, selling them a return of premium product at a 25-year term, so that at the end of that 25 years, the cash that they're getting back from that policy lines up perfectly with how much they owe on their mortgage. And so they can get insurance and pay off their mortgage 5 years early. That's the pitch that I would be using every single time I walked into a term client, whether I think they can afford it or not. If they can't afford that, you just simply step down inside of this portfolio. So you go from CBO 100 to CBO 50. If that's too expensive, you go to continuation, step down to payment protector continuation, then finally term, and then final would be payment protector. And by the time you drop down to payment protector, those premiums are going to seem like nothing. And only because it takes 10 seconds, that ADB policy is just an accidental death benefit policy. So there's only 100, 150, and $200,000 options, but it's just an accidental death benefit policy with $1,000 all-cause death. So if there's a death, everyone's getting $1,000. If it's a death from an accident, they're getting that $100, $150, or $200,000 death benefit, which is even more affordable than the payment protector. So you can very nicely step down in price through this whole portfolio, there's only 6 products, and you've really got a nice portfolio that you can really cover any situation, and you've got tons of flexibility from the most expensive down to that ADB policy. And I promise you, by the time you get all the way down to that ADB policy, it's going to seem like absolutely nothing, and you're going to walk out of the home with a sale every single time if you do what I just said. So all these products are instant decision. Michelle, I'll kick it back over to you. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you so much, Will. You did a great job. Really appreciate it. Now you guys know how to get to the website. You know how all these products work, and you probably know how to reach Will. Did you want to give us that number or no?
Sure, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
I'll put it.
Give us that number.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
816-384-6282.
All right. And listen, I know you're super busy. I know that you have
It's
all
in the
these
chat. It's in the
boot
chat
camp.
window, guys.
Okay, perfect. You've got tons of boot camps you're doing over the next month, and you sound like you're a little bit under the weather, maybe allergies or something. So I hope that you start feeling better before you hit the road again. So you're welcome to jump off the call. Again, any more questions, bring them to me, guys. We'll make sure they get answered. Listen, I know he's super busy. He's got to have his beer about now. So thank you again, Will. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Reach out with any questions. Have a great rest of the evening, and we'll see you soon.
Okay, great. And guys, we're staying on for a few more minutes. Got a few more items to cover. Appreciate y'all staying over. I think it was very valuable. And Mike, do you have a few announcements and some other things?
I went over announcements while we were waiting for you to join up earlier.
Okay, well, fantastic. One of the other things I want to give you all as a tip on today is just really about anytime you're doing a final expense application. I know overall for the company and for our agency, we do quite a few final expense applications. A lot of them ask this question. It's regarding if you are, did you talk about this already, Mike? No.
No, I did not. Sorry.
Okay. Let me turn on my, let's see. Whoops, sorry. Turned off both of them. I mean, turned on both of them. So anyway, if you're doing a final expense policy and it asks you if this client does not qualify for this coverage, are you interested in getting a graded policy? You know, and if so, would you like the premium to stay the same, or do you want the face amount to stay the same? You always want to say yes on that. Transamerica has that question. I think CFG, maybe Americo does as well, Occidental. So you always want to answer yes so that your client can possibly get approved for another product. You know, if you know that the graded product with AIG or someone else is better, then you can, maybe you can say no for Americo. It doesn't seem like their graded product is that great. So there you go. Thank you, Mike. So this was an email that came out today. Would you accept a plan other than what they applied for? Yes or no? Always say yes. I mean, usually I always say yes to that. They're still going to ask you if you want to get it. Please answer this question yes, and pick the best option suited best for your client, whether adjust the face amount or adjust the premium. So, and then this email just kind of goes on to talk about why most of the final expense applications are declined or graded. And they did a survey and said the most common condition was people with cancer treated in the past couple of years. That's something with CVS they won't allow. But again, maintenance medication is okay. But they're mainly talking about there is chemo or radiation. So also, so just be more specific when you're asking those questions. Also, people with diabetes, complications of diabetes are not being disclosed. So I quit asking, or do you have complications of diabetes? I don't ask that anymore. I ask, are you taking Lyrica? Are you taking gabapentin? And if so, are you taking it for your diabetes? Because those are typical medications that people are taking for neuropathy. So those are some of the main ones. You know, again, people with heart disease, you know, you can ask, you don't have to say, do you have heart disease? Because they might say no, but you can ask them, are you taking Plavix? Are you prescribed nitroglycerin? Plavix is a blood thinner. There are several other blood thinners, generic names. You can Google them and find the names. Commit these names to memory so that you can better underwrite your clients before you have to do all of these applications. Have you been prescribed Plavix or changed the dosage in the last 2 years? Most of the time, if they've been prescribed it for 10 years and the dosage hasn't changed, you're not going to, you're going to be able to get approved. Okay. And what else? Prospects that have ever been diagnosed or treated for COPD, chronic bronchitis, and requiring prescription medication for it could be eligible for more for a standard than a preferred product. So check that prescription drug list. And again, if using oxygen, they're not eligible for any immediate coverage, or if they're on dialysis, they're not eligible for any immediate coverage. Print this out and just have it handy with you until you kind of get more of the hang of it, is what I would tell you. And guys, I know that we have sales meeting tomorrow, and I think there's going to be a great training. I don't know if you told them about the training, Mike, but I think there might be a good one.
That's what I said.
Okay. So, well, guys, it's 8:10, 8:08, and
Beachfront Avenue. Sorry.
we didn't really have time for questions tonight, but next week when we get on, we'll do more of letting you guys talk and talk about what's going on, ask you some questions. So, and I'm going to turn this call back over to you.
All right, guys. Well, that's about wrapping it up for this evening. We look forward. Oh, look at little Halsey. Hi, girl. Hi. Good seeing you tonight. She's double. Anyway, guys, we will see you bright and early tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And we look forward to seeing you all on the call. And get your numbers turned in if you haven't. Maddie and Morgan will be reaching out to you if you do not. And the rest of y'all should know y'all should get your numbers in. That's what we're saying. All right, guys. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.